weights, but this is like a smaller amount, and you go through the repetition, and I guess anything's good. So I was doing it, and it's just the thing that's kind of weird though is like you're in like a triangle, so everybody's kind of staring at everybody, and it's like, okay, I don't want to work out too hard because I don't want somebody to think I'm trying to out Rambo them, but I don't want to fail either, be the first guy out, like a stein holding competition. You never want to be the first guy out. I'll kick the guy next to me in the crotch before I be the first guy out. And so like what I do is I just close my eyes. But the problem is they'd be done with the exercise, and then they'd start to rotate, and I'm still doing my exercise. So I look like, oh, look at you, just going longer than anybody. You have to get a couple more reps in, and it's not that at all. It's just I'm just trying to be effective and not stare at people or not compete. And so and then the guy, I kind of knew him, so he's like, he's joking around about I said something like, oh yeah, don't do that, I'll drop this dumbbell on your toe. Just kidding. And he's like, oh well, it would don't think about bad things, then they can happen. I go, oh yeah. I go, for me that's too easy. And somebody else, the other personal trainer, just heard, oh, it's too easy. So now the personal trainers start working out next to me, and they're trying to personal train me. It's like, no, I'm not trying to. So I'm trying to explain myself. That's not what I meant. Meanwhile, the music's pumping, and there's a lot of people, and you work out for 30 seconds, and you move a station, and and I kept on getting stuck with the stupid row machine, and I'm rowing, and it was okay, but it was still, you're doing the machine things, and you're moving and doing new things, and the first time is always kind of awkward, but it is nice because it's a structured thing. So anyway, so we're done with the workout, and it was a good workout, and then they handed me the wipes that you wipe things down. And it's funny because it's a weird thing is I went a month before that to a yoga class with my wife, and I grabbed the wipes, and she was handing them out, so I started wiping my face down. I thought they were like towels when you're sweating, and so I started wiping my face down, and it's like lemon scented and real strong, and I'm like, oh gosh, and couldn't find out, it's like, no, these are sanitary wipes, Lysol, they probably have bleach in them too. And so I start wiping my face down with them, and it's just like, oh gosh, and then I felt like a total idiot, everybody's looking at me. So I made sure that I grabbed them, and I wiped down the mats really well, and try not to look like an idiot. So then the thing's over, and then we sat down, and they were going to go through like our diet with us. And by the way, we got a thing on Groupon. It's like 10 workouts for like 10 or 20 bucks. So I don't know if I'm going to stay much past that, but in any event, so we're sitting down, and then they start asking me, okay, now do you want to go over this program for eating? And of course my wife's all into it. I'm like, great. And so they start asking me what I eat, and okay, I always say it reminds me of like Susie Orman, when somebody has their house paid off, and their kids' education almost paid off, and he's like, hey, I want to buy a new car, and she'd say, no, bad investment. I'm thinking, God, if she's getting on them, they must really think I'm an idiot, so I go, okay, for breakfast, I'm thinking, what do I have for breakfast? And I'm like, oh no, this is the day I was running late. So I go, Payday bar. And he kind of looked at me. He's like, he laughed. But then I'm like, no, Payday bar. He's like, all right. He wrote it down. He goes, what'd you have to drink? And I took a deep breath, and like, coffee. 2 cups of coffee. And he's like, oh, okay, and because he's thinking how many cups of water a day. And so then oh God, and lunch. She's like, "What did you have for lunch?" And I remember I had a salad in my ice chest, but I drove by a 7-Eleven and I was getting gas. So I'm like, just the hot dog seemed like a real good idea at the time. So I bought one of their big spicy hot dogs. So I bought a hot dog. He kind of looks at me and like normally he would laugh, but now he's taking me serious. And he's all, "To drink?" I go, "Monster." And he's like, "God, you guys, man," because I'm a diabetic too, so I'm trying to, sound like I care about myself, and here I'm doing all these things, and it just got worse from there. It's for dinner at spaghetti, full of carbs. You're not supposed to do it, and oh God, So finally we get it down, and he did say, "Hey, you need to add more protein in your diet," because my thing is, well, I did feel good, by the way, because I'm in pretty good shape, and they did like the fat test, and he's like, excellent. My wife's getting all pissed off because hers was like, it was good, I think, or fair, or something like that. I mean, my wife's in shape. She's born with a good physique, so she's lucky. But still, it's like, as we get older, you gotta turn up the heat, So of course she's like, "Oh yeah, of course, excellent," just like it makes my head big or something, and she knows it. So he's looking at me, and I'm telling him, yeah, crappy diet, and it was just, it was good because it gets you going, and I did start to think about, okay, yeah, to gain weight, I do need, because I need to gain muscle, and I like to be, I'm in good shape, but the more muscular I am, the healthier to me I am, because if you get sick or something, the first thing you do is start to wither away. So I always want to be more lean. And he had a good point. He's all, you gotta take in more protein. And I'm so busy that I don't eat a lot of protein because I'm busy. And then I get in my cycles to where, okay, I can work out again. Now I'm drinking protein shakes. Now I'm good because I'm having enough protein. So it's just, for me, it's, and a lot of guys too, you don't have that problem of gaining weight. You lose muscle mass, and it's almost an insult when somebody's like, "Oh, you look so thin." And for a guy, especially when you're younger, that's an insult, So I started drinking the protein shakes and all that stuff again, try to stay lean. So I don't know. The jury's out on whether we stick to this thing or not, but hopefully maybe I'll get her to keep doing it, because as a dude, you can just go and just lift weights real quick at your house. You just need the time. I always say that the 15-20 minutes it takes to drive somewhere and 20 minutes to drive back, I could have worked out already. So, and actually, it's a good piece of advice. Just maybe go to these places just to get you in the habit, in the mood to work out, and then once you get to where you could do it on a regular basis, now you're motivated just by your results and stuff. You do want to now, just even if it's a home gym or whatever, just do whatever you can to keep it up, and it'll make you a lot more successful. So anyway, I will talk at you later, and I hope everything works out for you, and we'll see you later. Hey everybody, go to next-sugar.com to get your real sugar with half the calories, or up to half the calories, sometimes maybe in the 40 percentile. Get your ketogenic diet going, and that's one way to get it going. If you don't want to do it, buy it for somebody that you care about, because sometimes people just need that kickstart, and it may just be a box or a bag of Next Sugar. Also, you can bake with it. And check me out on a daily podcast on Instagram. I'm going to be posting some stuff every day, just kind of little teasers to get other people going, and eventually we will get the website going. It's adailypodcast.com, but be patient, very patient, because it's me building it, and my big IT team that consists of my wife right now are working on it arduously as we speak. Well, right now she's probably watching the Bees movie with the kids right now. But I'm certain as soon as she's done with that, I'm sure she'll get right on it. Anyway, I know she listens, so I could poke fun. I hope she'll laugh. All right, guys, we will get back to whatever exciting stuff I'm talking about.